Alright, and hello everyone. Welcome to Shawn's News of the Hour. Today we will be going through all of the news that has happened throughout the hour right now. Alright, starting this segment, Utah governor says suspect in Charlie Kirk assassination is not cooperate. Wait. Trump ties new Russia sanctions to tariffs to NATO tariffs on China. Violence coming. Elon Musk's die or fight message at London rally. Romania becomes second NATO country to report Russian drones in airspace. Airline suspend workers for posts about shooting of Charlie Kirk. We will talk about that after this short break. Alright, note left starting now. All right, top news of the hour currently. Currently, investigators looking into note left by alleged Kirk shooter. A note left by Tyler Robinson is under review for accuracy and verification, and the suspect isn't cooperating, Utah governor says. The pastor's handling of the Charlie Kirk killing investigation prompts anger inside and outside FBI. Key questions remain about the assassination. Here's what we know. This is a very broken country. A look back at recent political violence across the U.S. In a podcast, someone said, Charlie Kirk was killed. Now what? Secondly, right now, Utah governor Utah governor urges Americans to look in mirror amid rising political violence. Number three, top this hour, airlines suspend workers for posts about shooting of Charlie Kirk. Well, that's not surprising. Latest for some more for politics. Democrats are increasingly secular, but candidates are now taking up their faith to gain ground. GO, the great GOP Republican Michael McCall says he won't seek re-election after decades in Congress. He wears a red beret everywhere and once had 17 cats. He's now the wild card for the NYC New York City mayoral race. Fetterman says Democrats have forgotten and forgotten why we lost, and Trump is not an autocrat. Also, get ready for the Emmys. From a friendly competition to a timely charity push, the Emmys are shaping up to be an interesting night. From Parks to Rec, Servants We ranked the top workplace TV shows of the last 25 years. Rotten Tomato editor breaks down how the TV ranking came to be. We will be back after this short break. All right, breaking news. The top of this hour. Are y'all sure y'all ready for this? All right. Breaking news. British boxer and former world champion Ricky Hatton has died at the age of 46, according to UK media reports. A spokesman for Great Manchester Police told CNN officers were called by a member of the public to attend Bow Road, Hyde, Tameside at 6:45 today a.m., where they found the body of a 6-year-old man. There are not to be currently believed any suspicious circumstances. They did not announce a cause of or confirm the man's identity. Hatton was nicknamed the Hitman, and Hatton was named the Hitman and won world titles in both light welterman, welterweight, and welterweight classes during a career in which he fought the likes of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao, and remarkably, to his loss to Mayweather in 2007, he held a record for 43 victories and no defeats. He retired in 2012 with a record of 45 wins and 3 losses. In recent years, the British had been open about his struggles with alcohol and depression. Nonetheless, Hatton was due to return to the ring in December for a comeback fight against elite Elsa or Isa Ada Isa Ada in Dubai on December 2nd. Figures from across the sports world Sun began to pay tribute to Hatton on Sunday afternoon. Fellow former world champion Amir Khan described Hatton as a friend, mentor, and a warrior. Rick, according to Amir, he said, "Ricky, thank you for everything." He continued, "For your fights, your moments of glory, your grit. Thank you for pushing us, showing what's possible. Rest well, Ricky. You'll have your place in the ring of our memories." Another Ty, world champion Tyson Fury wrote, "There will only be one Ricky Hatton. He was a good man." But next up, right now, a homeless youth asked the stranger for food. The man responded with a question that changed the kid's life forever. Also, instead of throwing your and also another one at the top of this hour, instead of throwing your broken things in the trash, try visiting one of these cafes instead. Another one, Apple's iPad Pro, new AirPods Pro 3 are making waves. We so so we tried them against their predecessor. We will be back after this break. Okay, we are back. Currently now, political violence. Kirk's assassination is forcing politicians like me up to make difficult choices about their safety. The killing of Charlie Kirk is forcing political figures and the people who protect them to make a- agonizing choices, balancing whether the public's access to them is worth the risk in this dangerous national moment. Since Kirk's assassination, several campaigns or political groups have already called off some events out of an abundance of caution. Well, that's very sad. And as the midterm elections approach, candidates will increasingly be forced to weigh their need to connect with Constitution and potential voters against the reality of practicing politics at the time of accelerating threats, attempts, and slayings. The arena they just stepped into, those threats, everything is on the table. Well, anything is on the table at this point. I mean, Democratic young people could be mad right now. You never know. A former special agent in charge of the U.S. Secret Service Los Angeles Field Force, because it just, well, that's what Robert Savage said, a former Secret Service agent. Kirk's shooting on Wednesday by a gunman perched from an elevated position out at an outdoor event at Utah Valley University, similar to the assassination attempt on President Trump last year at an outdoor campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, will likely prompt organiz, I mean, will likely prompt organizers have to move their events indoor as an immediate reaction. But security experts told CNN and told us that threats can manifest anywhere, and solutions aren't as easy as simply moving inside, stationing personal personnel on rooftops, or deploying drones. Caleb Gilbert, an owner of an executive protection companies whose clients have included tech moguls, listeners, and ultranet and ultra high net worth families, set Kirk's death as a deeply penetrating illustration of frailty of at risk individuals when a dedicated advisory wants to do to them. At the end of the day, we have guards, guns, gates, intelligence. We have everything across the board stacked just right, and we can get it right. 20 locations a week for 20 locations a week for years. On on end the and the bad actors on the end and bad actors only get to have it to get it right once. I mean, and the bad actors only have to get it right once, he said. A sharp increase in threats. Recent assassinations or attempts have taken at political rallies, but also golf courses, reference to the Trump assassination too. assassination attempt 2, homes, baseball practices, and grocery stores. And threats aren't just confirmed to major national political figures or candidates, they've also been extended towards people who have fewer resources, including state and local officials, school board members, judges, political influencers, and all their families. Princeton, Univer- Princeton University's Bringing Divides initiative, which tracks political violence in the United States, has recorded more than 300 instances of threats and harassment against local officials this year, an increase of 9 over last year. Similar trends are emerging for state and federal officials as well as judges. Matt Gorman, a former communications director for House Republicans' campaign arm, said the threat of political violence is a persistent and scary reality for lawmakers, and House members had already got an increase in security funding following a deadly June attack on Minnesota state lawmakers. The fear among current or potential elected officials is totally justified, said Amanda Littman. The run of pre- the run of the run president the president of Run for Something, which urges young Democrats to seek public office, including me, because I am a young Democrat. For those making threats, she said that fears the point. In the days following Kirk's killing, several state officials have reported receiving bomb threats, as have historically black colleges, HBCU, and other universities across the country, as well as the Democratic National Committee in Washington. Democratic National Office Committee in Washington. Representative Alexandra AOC, a New York Democrat, and Senator Ruben Gallego, an Arizona Democrat, both canceled events this weekend out of an abundance of caution. Their campaigns, said Ben Shapiro, a consecutive commentator, postponed a book signing scheduled to take place in the Ronald Reagan Library in California hours after the shooting. Young America's Foundation, which works with young conservatives, also canceled an event in Santa Barbara with Shapiro. Now, I don't know if that's either Ben Shapiro or Josh Shapiro. Some of the most important work for security teams that protect contentious public figures happens before their clients appear at events, analyzing threats they have received, trying their degree of severity, and investigating whether the person who made those threats has the capacity to carry them out or lives near the event location. Political assassins almost always reveal signs of intentions to friends, families, or in online communities before they carry them out. They tend to leak intentions to those around them. But people listening invariably think, oh, he's just mouthing off, when in fact they're actually being very serious about wanting to target their advisories, said Joshua Sinney, a professor of practice, intelligence, and global security studies at Capital Technology University. Coming next, Middle East conflict. Israel strikes high rises. Israel strikes high rises in Gaza City ahead of cabinet meeting to discuss risk of ground operations to hostages. We will be back after this short little break. All right, starting now. Israel strikes high rises in Gaza City ahead of cabinet meeting to discuss risk of ground operation to hostages. The Israel military struck multiple high-rise buildings in Gaza City on Sunday after warning people to leave several neighborhoods. In the latest round of destruction since Israel has ordered a complete evacuation of the city earlier this week, Israel's assault on Gaza City appeared to be accelerating, with the military issuing evacuation orders for several towers in Gaza City. Oh no. Hold up. Wait a minute. Alright. The meeting will be strikes ahead came ahead the of a meeting called by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to discuss efforts called by Israeli Prime Minister I mean, to discuss efforts to avoid harming the hostages still held in Gaza when Israeli military undertakes a ground operation plan to take control of Gaza City, according to a familiar source of the matter. The meeting will be attended by the Israeli foreign and defense ministers as well as the leadership of Israeli military services and security services. The source said that there are thought to be about 20 hostages still alive in the enclave, some of whom are believed to be in Gaza City. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was in the region on Sunday, arriving in Tel Aviv in the morning, then visiting the Western Hall in Old City of Jerusalem in the afternoon. Among the buildings struck Sunday was sorry. Among the buildings struck Sunday was Al Kofar Tower near Gaza's port. The Israeli Defense Forces IDF said it was being used by humans to observe the movements of Israeli troops in the area. It said that before the strike, steps were taken in order to m- mitigate the harm to civilians, including advanced warnings to the population. The use of precise munitions and aerial surveillance. Al Khafar, a 11-story building, is one of the several high rises that have been destroyed or severely damaged by Israeli strikes since the IDF extended operations into Gaza City earlier this month and ordered nearly a million people in the area to head south. All right, we have one more story at the top of the hour. We will be back. Alright, breaking news now. In 2028, Shawn Townsend will run for president. And now I'm releasing my new speech that I will say at my first rally. And I will read it for you all right now. Alright. Here it is. Can't find it, y'all. Alright. Here it is. Hello, America. My name is Shawn Townsend. Currently, I'm 10 years old, and I am running for president of the United States as a proud Democrat. Now, I know some people might say, wait, isn't this kid supposed to be in school? Well, I am in school, and that's why I'm running. Because I see what's happening, and I care. And I think maybe, just maybe, it's time we let someone lead the future who actually has to live in the future we're talking about. What I will do as your president, I will fight for real action on climate change because our planet isn't a political issue, it's our home. Fully fund public schools so every kid has a chance to learn, grow, and dream big. Make healthcare affordable and available to everyone because no one should get sick or go broke just to get their own medicine. Stand up for women's rights, LGBTQ, and civil rights because freedom means freedom for everybody. Work to end gun violence because kids deserve to feel safe in school. And yes, I'll make Taco Tuesdays a national holiday or national tradition because joy matters too. Some say I'm too young, but I'm old enough to care about climate. But if I'm old enough to care about climate change, kindness, and justice, then I'm old enough to lead. So I'm asking you, kids, parents, and grandparents, don't vote for someone older, vote for someone bolder. Vote for someone who doesn't talk about the future, someone who is the future. I believe in an America where being different makes us stronger, where compassion is power. And yes, even 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds have a place at the table. My name is Shawn Townsend, and I'm a Democrat. I'm running for United States of I'm running for president of the United States of America. Let's build future together. Thank you, and may the future be as bright as we are. And there's my speech for you all. And that will do it. I hope you all had a great time watching this news report. I will see you all in the next news video. See you all later. Ciao for now. See ya.